there, and welcome to the 9 at 9 morning show, where I share with you 9 things at 9 in the morning for less than 9 minutes. My name is Kathryn Jones, founding design hacker, your host, and let's get started. Today we're going to talk about 9 ways to handle objections when it comes to people wanting sales funnels, okay? So if somebody comes to you and like, I don't think I need this is for you, okay? Number 1, you need to recognize that most objections aren't actually about the sales funnel themselves, okay? If somebody comes to you and is like, I don't really think I need this, it's because they're having other objections. Russell Brunson calls them either internal or external objections, something where it's like, oh, well, maybe like I don't have the time to do this, or I'm not smart enough to do this. So recognize when people are actually objecting funnels, they're not actually objecting the funnels, okay? Now, one thing that you can do as well is to avoid objections in the first place is you can preset the sell, okay? So regardless of how you sell this, you can make sure that you do certain things, whether it's in a bridge funnel, whether it's in the way that you present the actual offer, whether it's in the way that you set up a phone call, right? Where it's like, listen, are you ready to actually make a decision to buy on the phone call? If not, then we're not going to hang out. Cool? Okay. Number 3, to avoid objections in the first place, we're going to do this one again, just shut up. Actually be quiet, okay? So let's say that we actually get on the sales phone call, okay? We do number 2, which is we eliminate the potential for objections at all, especially when it comes to selling them something, right? Where we're like, hey, listen, if at the end of this phone call I see that there's a way we can work together, would you be open to me extending an offer to you? Cool? Yes. So they already know the offer is coming, okay? Now this one, if you want to also eliminate objections, I say shut up. All the time people try to talk their way into making the sell. It's really about asking the right questions and letting them actually do the selling for themselves, okay? Which I often ask them questions like, hey, where are you at right now? Where do you wish you want to be? What's the thing getting you in the way? Then you just listen to all those things, and then you say, cool, here's what I'm an expert at. You say you have a problem with this? I'm an expert at that. Yes? Okay. Number 4, one of the common objections is, will a sales funnel actually work? Understanding what a sales funnel is and how to describe that really helps, okay? One of the easiest ways I know how to describe a sales funnel is it's a series of web pages strung together that hold a customer's hand through the sales process. Another way you can describe it, it's a 24/7 extension of you that serves as a salesman. If you know how to explain it, it's going to be a lot easier to sell it, okay? Another common objection, it costs too much money. One of the easiest ways to overcome this when trying to sell funnels is to help them to understand the cost of the actual problem they're dealing with. So let's say, for example, somebody's trying to sell a course at $997. You're like, cool, how many course places do you want to sell within the year? Let's say they say, just for math's sake, they're like, cool, I want to sell 100. So you're like, okay, cool, so you have a $100,000 problem right now. Are you willing to pay 10% to fix that? Yes. If you actually present to them how dire their problem is, they're going to be willing to pay the money, okay? Number 6, a common objective is, hey, I gotta ask my spouse before I do this, or I gotta go ask my business partner before I do this. You make sure that before they get on the call, they're preset in a way where you say, listen, care about you, super excited, it's gonna be amazing, but I'm a fast mover. Our agency's running a million miles an hour because we help people get results at a million miles an hour. So I need to make sure that you're prepared to actually make a decision if we extend an offer to you on the phone. Are you prepared and willing to make that decision? If they say no, don't get on the phone with them, okay? Number 7, a common objection is, hey, we need some time to think about this. Number 1, again, you can preset this before the call, but another thing that you can do is you can think with them while they're on the call. You can actually be like, cool, well, let's actually walk through this. Like, I think it's awesome you need some time to think through this. Walk me through what are some things you need to think through. Then, what you can do is you can start to hear the objections so that you can resolve them right there on the phone, which brings us to number 8. Another common objection, okay, is considering other people, okay, where they're like, oh, well, like, hey, listen, like, I'm actually interviewing a few other people, so, like, thanks so much, I'm gonna, like, talk to a few of them and I'll get back to you, okay? You help them to know that, 1, there's a scarcity, and 2, in my personal opinion, don't get on the call unless they've already applied to work with you. You want to make sure that they're chasing you and not the other way around. So I use what's called an application funnel, where literally they apply to work with me and they essentially have to sell themselves to work with me. So it's no longer this like, hey, like I gotta talk to a few other people. It's like, Kathryn, please let me work with you, blah, 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 okay? Now, the other thing is you just need to have an objection mindset, in the sense that when somebody comes with you with objections, sometimes people crumble and freak out. Don't do that. Those are actually the best thing that could ever happen, because it can help direct you in the realm of what it would look like for you to actually close a sale. You know what to work on. You know what to talk about. If they're like, oh, well, I'm just like really not sure about this, be like, cool, let's flesh it out right now. Talk to me about that. And you just have a conversation rather than being like, oh my gosh, they hate me, everything's terrible. Objections are actually the best thing that you can ever do, okay? If you want to go more in depth on how to actually close a sales call when you're selling funnels or any other high ticket offer, come hang out with us in our free Facebook group, Design Hackers Official. See you there.